Hello everyone, welcome back to Project Zomboid. You jump in with me on my way up to the Gigamart. I want to take a look in there, see what we can find. Hopefully something good. Contemplating hitting the shops right now, but I'm like, no, stick to the plans, stick to the Gigamart. Oh my god, let me just kind of park way out here. It's always better to have some leeway. Found a key in the middle, in the road. Oh my god, let's just start clearing out what I can. Constantly gotta watch your six. Can't stress that enough. I kind of ran at the person. Kind of not a smart move by me, but didn't really catch the color of the key that I picked off the ground, but it is to the red pickup truck that is right here. It's nice that the key actually shows up, like, on the HUD and colored. That's kind of a really nice touch. Oh my god, I'm not going to try to front because I don't want to draw anybody coming in from off the main street. In that situation that's going on down there, clean this guy out. Another one, I'm just really trying to minimize my threat level. If I get in there before I start looting. That guy's way off by the tree line, so I'm like, let me just sneak up and start to head. Now, locked. Nothing there. Find my way into the building. Now, here's so important. I don't see it yet. I'm looking for the light switch right now. I'm not really seeing what I'm. Oh my god! Let me open the door. Click it, and we found it. A box of nails. Yeah, I was really excited that I found that. Finally, we can completely barricade with wood back at the firehouse. That is so good. And I'm like, alright, no, while I'm here, let me go in and grab some food. Never have enough non-perishables. Chips and stuff like that. I don't know if they spoil in this game. Some things are already stale, like bread and stuff, which is kind of weird. Lard. Nice to have some lard on hand because it's such an insane amount of calories and it'll quickly put weight back on your character. I'm going to be just taking everything I can carry. And I'm like, alright, I'm fully loaded. Level up my sneaking. Fully loaded. Don't want to overcome and batch myself. So, back to the truck. Level up my light footed. It's not a bad thing to work on. I do need to come back and fully loot this place at a later date. I'm like, you know what? Not even worried about emptying it. I just want to get back. I'm going to take the long way so I don't draw any attention to myself. Hit the horn a few times. Try to bring people up north. Bring the Zeds. That trailer would be nice to nab. Just trying to get people away from the firehouse as much as I can. Immediately run up, do some quick inventory management just to clean out my pack a little bit. I am trying to separate stuff. The mod I have to separate stuff is really complicated. At least I couldn't figure it out. You still have to be right up on the container from what I thought, which kind of makes sense, but I won't mind if it made your character walk to it, but go tune in, nothing there, turn it off. I think I'm reaching the point where the TV is useless unless you find tapes. I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to put everything in there that I can. And we have a box of nails. You know what? Give me the hammer. Give me the wood. Let's get some stuff done. Grab some planks. We got some there, but I'm like, you know what? Even better. 2 planks, better than 1 plank. Really want to get that rig running before stuff really turns off. Or maybe go find one at least. And with these final 3 windows, I believe the fire station is fully barricaded. Yes, barricades don't last forever, but they make a hell of a racket if they're beating on them. Really would like to find a Carpentry 1 book so I can... Actually, I would need a Carpentry 2 book because I'm already level 2. Carpentry 1 is 1 to 2. Yeah, I would need a Carpentry 2 book. I don't think I have that. To get some more XP so I can get to level 3 and unlock the stuff I want to unlock. Gotta find a sledgehammer because I want to punch a hole through the wall and put a garden on top of the garage. And then put stairs that go up to the other roof and put like water collectors and stuff up there. That is my plan. I just really need to work on my skills. Kind of really short of myself missing all those TV shows. Trying to clean the van out because I do want to go out and do some more looting with the van, and I want to try to get the jack and a couple car parts so I can start working on mechanics, or at least have the tools available when it reaches that point. The oxygen in the medical room. Check the TV one more time. No idea why I'm doing it. Eat some pasta, get fully depressed. I'm like, oh boy. Grab a VHS, I loot it. Still not working to get me like happy, so I'm like, you know what, let's survey this magazines and stuff like that and knock a couple of those out, like how to use generators and stuff like that. Usually that kills the boredom pretty quick. Right now, I'm digging through my medical supplies looking for something called a beta blocker. I don't know if that fixes depression, but bring that down. Antidepressants, take those. Still not doing nothing. Let's put them back in the bag. And I empty the trauma bags because I'm like, you know what? I could put these... I have so much of these, I can actually put one in each main vehicle that I'm going to use. So if I do pick up aid supplies, I can keep them separated and make it easier to divvy the loot out when we get back. Totally forgot I grabbed a duffel bag, and I'm looking at the comparison. It's identical to the trauma bag. It's just that it's blue. Read a book while in the car. Might as well. Maybe it'll clear that depression a little bit. And it does. Note to self, we gotta start grabbing books from random literature. Which means probably hit up the school again. I won't mind doing a full clear to see what else I can find book-wise. Maybe that's a thing to do. It still amazes me how much I've done and still haven't done. Now, I take the good old station wagon because it's time to go pick me up a truck. I didn't want to run up here because I know this thing probably has no fuel. So, brought the Towmaster 7000 and the station wagon to tow the vehicles home. Tow the rig. It should tow a pickup truck. Constantly checking for digital watches and stuff. It's so minuscule, but every little bit helps. And then we start the whole pull thing. But the truck offsets itself. So I literally start to destroy the truck before we even get home because I'm knocking them down and the truck's offset is running them over. I don't know, at the time, and I still do, I find it hilarious, but it is killing the pickup truck and its hauling capability. Yeah, I could have turned that off in the sandbox, but I'm like, why? Because it kind of makes sense. If you bash the crap out of a trunk, you're not going to be able to open the said trunk, so. Should bring that taxi and use that as a guinea pig. I think that will be the next play. Maybe keep the truck or something outside. I really want walls. The building to build like fence or something, so I can start walling this place off and be more content. I know the gas can had some gas in it, so I just fill it up so I can start it and move it around. I'm still going to use the cube truck at the current moment to do the main looting because it holds the best and you can access it, etc, etc. But move the truck over, take a good look at it. A little banged up on the brakes and stuff, and the windshield, engines, But then I re-separate the keys just to make sure, just to have everything where it is. It's seen better, been better, but something until a better one comes along. So, go up, do some more inventory management, and read some books. Then I think I need to record at me walking up the stairs, and I began to start dismantling a lot of things around the fire station. Apparently it doesn't really net experience unless you get something. I don't know, it hasn't for me. I'm like, you know, it's been a while, let me actually cook food. Apparently just ground beef, I didn't think I left it in the stove, but I did. Maybe I drug it and accidentally put it back in there instead of the fridge. I don't know. Nice, hearty, healthy meal. And we're putting the jacket on, so back out into the wilderness we go. Mainly just to clean up a little bit. Do a little wiggle there just to kind of check my sides. I'm like, alright, we're pretty good. 2 trauma bags. Let's head out. Now, what happens next, I'm not the proudest of. Kind of ruins the cube van, but it was so fun. Now, I noticed I kind of gathered everybody, and I'm like, you know what? There's a military dude. I just start running people over. It destroys the van in hindsight, like really bad. But it does clean up Main Street pretty good, because I do want to check out that bookstore. There is Book Naked. Yeah, that bookstore. Definitely, hopefully would find what I need, carpentry or magazines in there. So much military gear that I'm like, not disappointed, but I am disappointed in myself for how much stuff I destroyed, how bad I destroy it, but it is what it is. I know the one guy had a rifle. That's what triggers me to start running into people. The one guy has a rifle. Try to sneak up on me, it's not gonna work. And now you notice my trunk, instead of holding 112, only holds 32. I don't notice it right now, but yeah. 2/3, a third. I cut it down to a third of its capacity. Not the best move on my end, but so many bodies. And I'm like, wait a minute. I'm like, oh. And that's when I realized I completely screwed over the van. So I just take it right back. I'm like, there's no reason to beat it up even more than what it is. So I just take it back. Give it a look-see. Yeah, the trunk's at 0. I need steel sheets, or 2 small steel sheets to fix it, and the proper skill. Yeah, I really gotta find some place to provide them. And just... So I start to go through what I picked up. That, I was like, okay, put that on. It does protect your, I guess, from the back attacks, just a little bit. And I'm like, what do I want to take? Let's take the truck. I'm not gonna be that upset if I ruin the truck. I am really upset. I actually am upset that I killed the cube van. I am not proud that I did that. We have a guest trying to get in, so if we not, deal with that corpse later. Alright, let's go now. Let's head off for the actual objective that I was going to do. And try to grab some car parts. Surveying, looking for keys. Nothing, and I head off. find an auto body shop with the doors open, so that's pretty cool. Looking for books. All those books there I should have took. And picking up car parts, because you never know when you're going to need car parts. Should go back and fully loot that place. I wonder if I could pick up the shelves. If I do that, though, I'm going to take the cube van. Fill it up fuel, so she's all ready to go. If I have to siphon it, I can. Go in, survey, and pick up some more food. Grab the battery charger. Said I was going to come back for that. There we go. Yeah, all the magazines and stuff. I definitely need to grab all them, but I definitely want to hook up the... I want to hit that bookstore the next run. Maybe head super north to see what we can find. It'd be nice to find a rig with a key, so then I would have a spare, but then I could go down and do the whole tanker plan thing. Now there's a jack, but I want to take care of this guy coming up on me, so alright, grab the jack. I should have grabbed the tire lug. I'll have to go back for it. The tire and iron. And head back to base we go. Kind of got my road rage out of my system. That's gonna... if I go to the bookstore, though, I'm definitely going to need to wear a respirator. Because just for me, when I was backing over things, the emoji that was like bright red with the smell. And I don't want to cause any sickness, so... Yeah, we're definitely going to have to wear a respirator when we go to raid the bookstore. And now it's the end of the episode, which is inventory management. Gotta love the inventory management. Honestly, if there was a container that I could dump everything into... like, that was almost as much as the cube truck, or actually greater than the cube truck, I would dump everything into the cube truck, like into that container, and then slowly divvy it out where I need it. Or just like if I'm working on mechanics, I would pull out the mechanic stuff, etc. But I think this is the final time I check to see if something's happening. But it being the 9th, that's the 19th, and we started on the 9th, so that's 10 days. So the TV, I think, is dead. So now I'm looking at all these, the gear I picked up. My stuff, a lot of my stuff is dirty and bloody. The rifle, I can't even reload it. It's bolt action. My guy can't even reload it. Dump it all into the laundry room, and I will work on that at a later date. I actually used a washer off camera, and that sucker is loud to use. I'm like, alright, let me grab stuff and see if I can actually, like, take off tires and stuff like that. But I can't, because you need a tire iron. I don't know why. A lug wrench does the same thing. But anyway, you can, in this game, with a screwdriver, you can remove the radio and the battery once per day per vehicle and gain XP. It is a minuscule amount of XP. But you can take it out and put it back in and get XP. And at the moment, and the headlights and stuff and taillights, at the moment, that's all I got. So that's what I'm going to have to do. I didn't do that for the other vehicles. I really should do the lights and everything again. But as we end, that's going to be it for this episode. Thank you all so much for watching. Next one, we're going to hit the bookstore and try to find some other supplies to repair some vehicles or find some better vehicles. Non-zombie decimated ones.